or correct or not. Let's wait for platforms. So Twitch is correct. Nick is correct. Trovo correct. Live correct. YouTube. Yes, it's correct. So okay, now I can see what the problem is. It's a bit not cool that if I'm adding any description for the streaming, which should go for YouTube description, it just create new stream into nowhere. If I am not creating it, then it will be empty description. I will need to fix it myself after it. Well, not a big deal. In any case, hello everyone, Avaira is here. Let's continue Nobody Won today. Once today. And we should finish today, I think. So, yeah. Let's go for it.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Yeah, it would be nice to not drag anyone else down. It's time to be responsible. Almost a grown-up.
Riots in the city are drawing near the Green's farewell location, Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
So riots are strong.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady and he's connected. Oh, this guy's a pole. Wait for me, we'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
You're not really here. You're just a cocktail of desynchro and memories with a garnish of trauma.
Yep.
Dude, you really don't get it. Don't do anything or you'll do something stupid. I just entered the initials and Hestia asked, am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
He can't have any connection to the top.
I'll lean on him and get something. I'll find out what happened.
Fine. But what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
Not exactly what I meant.
You can't cover your ass if you do this. Jay!
We just received word of gunshots in Central
Yeah,
Park.
no ghost in my brain. So, it's still unclear. Are these ghosts hallucinations, which reasonable, because the synchronization and just overall trauma and stuff. Yeah, that can lead to something in theory. But the problem is we don't know anything about how the thing works in general. So maybe there is some kind of a collective thinking, some collective memory, leftovers of memory or traces of someone's way of thinking. This accurate? It's unclear how it works. So in theory they could be kind of real. But we can check it. And better not to trust just random voices in your head. New York Daily. Farewell to a great man. Over the past few days, more and more of the city has been besieged by protesters about the reduction of the age of free subscription. However, Commissioner Steiner assured that Central Park will be properly secured during the farewell ceremony for the Venerable Edward Green. It is the first ceremony of this type and of this rank for over a century, so it should be expected that many others will attend in addition to family. Unfortunately, however, only the elite will have access to the ceremony upon presentation of a special, privacy sent invitation. So page 2 for the funeral schedule. Thunder, okay. The rest of New York. The citizens of New York will not be silenced at this time. They still besiege the streets and demand their rights. The initially peaceful protests slowly turned into riots. There were several casualties with the police, resulting in at least 7 people being taken to the CTC and more than a dozen injured. Some speculate that the destruction of Icarus was one of the first manifestations of opposition to the city's elite over changes to the minimum age for free body subscriptions. Will the police have enough men to guard our streets at the same time? A significant part of the force is assigned to provide security for Edward Green's farewell ceremony. There's only one way to know it. There's the gun again. Still the same gun. And it's definitely armed. But it never looked like this in the gun. This is not safe. Alright. Let's go. Train crash site. So time
Truth is said to heal. The problem with this statement is that there are only 2 kinds of medicine that work. Those with an awful taste and narcotics.
So he decided to face the past, face the truth. Well, let's see. I would give this place 9 stubby from 10 because this is not a safe one. It's surprisingly no citizens in the streets. No even weirdos. And what also surprising is the train, wrecked who knows how long here, wasn't removed, wasn't fixed. Well, apparently yeah, looks like they did it. It was 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, I guess it takes some time to fix everything. But does the train still have lights inside?
James, are you there?
Good to hear you.
I'll be on the line, but remember, in this place, desynchro can be deadly. Got any symptoms yet?
Thanks. Never felt better.
Why are you online? I really don't like when the games about the choice don't give you the choice in the moment when you want it. I would prefer not to lie because she also have similar problems. It would be safer to actually not lie, especially if you get into trouble. But
Damn it.
yeah,
I can't see
detective
anything.
is detective. You behave on its own.
Do you think there are any traces left after all this time?
I was here. How am I not one big lead?
I don't know. A lot of items left. Surprised not even opened. Gerard. Not sure how of any use it can be, but you never know what can trigger a memory. Yeah? Get some lessons from it.
No ticket jokes, conductor? Anything?
The fucker had to shoot everyone. So many bodies lost.
What?
Why can't I remember anything?
It's a good question. James probably can't be involved into any of this.
Rachel had a similar one. She recorded lectures with it.
Watching the neon lights of the fading city. Oh no. What? No, please! I'm begging you!
Someone just started killing random people? Doesn't make any sense. Are we talking just about a weird maniac?
Had nowhere to run or hide. Some bodies were permanently damaged. There's something here. I have to check it out.
I can agree, but I cannot do it because I need to photo... I don't know what exactly even. Not even sure what else. Oh, bullet holes.
The frame looks shot through. I'll check it.
at this.
It's familiar.
Yeah, revolver. Someone used a revolver. Someone. That's his.
It fits my gun. Did I?
Oh, another detective maybe. But as far as I remember, the problem was that he exactly couldn't shoot from his own gun. It was jammed.
I don't have enough information to reconstruct.
CO, KH. Count liquidity report. 1 second.
Refusal of body credit. This guy just hit the memory bank from here.
Probably like most of the victims.
Of the
There
holes.
was a major firefight here before the derailment. I'll check where the shooter was.
Then give me X-ray. Let's see. It should be this corpse that lay in
I
there.
remember this. I was chasing a guy. A dealer. Motherfucker was armed.
It looks very similar to the guys from previous cases.
Looks like he was standing around here somewhere.
It might be just a figure.
I need to look for more evidence.
I don't know if reconstructing is a good idea.
Why not then?
It was almost midnight and there were still some children on the train. Maybe some parent forgot a birthday and rushed to the store. I hope. Most of the blood evaporated in the fire. Maybe the UV will detect something.
Maybe. There's still a lot of blood left.
So many different people. Shoe print.
Is it
I was ankle deep in blood. This is my...
James?
I already have a lot of data. I'm going to reconstruct.
James, think again. The reconstructor will try to use your memories because you were there.
It'll be fine, Sarah.
No, you won't. Wait. James, wait for me. I'll be back in a moment. I have something. I'll explain later.
Something happened. Someone come to her, I guess. Let me guess. After reconstruction, we'll get a different voice now. No, the trace of blood. Nope. Alright, this doesn't look like a good idea. Let's look around. Maybe we can do something else instead of start reconstructing. Probably not. Alright, we didn't have other chance. Isn't this his partner? I think it is.
The hell? What's going on?
We'll get through this difficult moment together.
The fuck?
Can't remember. I'll tell you what happened.
I was chasing a dealer who was running away in the crowd.
You shot up those people.
No!
There is no reason for him to do so.
Look, man. It's you, James. Real you.
You're manipulating me.
He is.
You're pathetic.
I couldn't kill those passengers. It wasn't me.
kill someone accidentally? Or he trying to get the guy?
He overwrites my memories? What does he know about the train? From a synchro test? Is this how he brings out memories? Get out of my head!
We know that he manipulated others. He might try to manipulate again. Even if he is real.
Are you alive? Is that fucking blood?
Killer uses your memories against you. Like a parasite. Squeezes into gaps left by the desyncs and modifies them. I don't know. He hacked synchro tests and finds out everything? He does it somehow.
Run away from there. Come home and we'll talk about it. Don't reconstruct any further, understand? I can't be with you now.
What?
I'll explain later. My body is in trouble. Okay? Over and out.
Sound of a psychiatrist. Yeah, you better listen, I guess.
Why do people keep leaving you?
I need to get to the next car.
So he will not leave it. Not smart. Not smart at all. I'm not sure that he will survive all this trip. I already learned it once. This time it will be faster.
As long as you don't get consumed by frustration.
Yeah. All consumed by a concrete falling on your knees. Yeah, people literally buried here. Let's pretend someone's apartment.
What? What's going on?
Whatever it is, you better to go to doctor.
Did you know that in the last single test I talked about us? I understood that you would never accept my decisions. Life ends. Even memories fade away. Nothing else will happen. We tried. I know. We were stupid. That would be wrong. We would be bad people. We really are. Because we're still alive.
She would never. It's my own fears, feeding on her death.
Exactly.
Reconstructing this is gonna be Sisyphus work. The difference is Sisyphus tried to cheat death, not to immerse himself in it.
Yeah. Sounds familiar. Lessons. Drew Adam. And if it's one of the devs or something.
Rachel had one. She wore it to games until it broke into pieces.
Can it be hers? Nothing to recognize it. Chicken. Demon tubes? What? Demon tubes. Premium tubes for guests. Prepare something so it won't get burned. Get next natives after premium tubes. Weird list. Using information? No. Good.
There's a chance he shot me then.
stabbed or slashed?
Well, he don't have any memories.
What happened here?
People dead.
Didn't even have time to yell. A mortal wound. Why can't I remember anything? It's starting to look like a graveyard on wheels.
I'm moving to reconstruction.
Yeah, it's not safe. So he should wait for her. But I don't have a choice. Let's do reconstruction.
You always think you're someone you're not.
I shot a dealer on the run. I had to have a clean shot.
You didn't fucking care at all.
It's a joke. I will not kill. I didn't kill anyone.
In theory he could actually. He just can't accept it. Maybe he was really focused on chasing, who knows?
You feel the truth. You can smell it under your skin. Can you feel it rotting?
Why can't I remember it?
You do remember.
Okay. Let's assume that's true. I shot everyone like a madman. What's next?
Have a look.
Well, that's a good assumption, because, for example, it is like this. Maybe there was a reason for that.
You needed to punish someone.
Is this some kind of test?
If it is, you think you passed?
Doesn't explain anything.
I know you wanted to leave them there. Let the world forget about them. Just like it forgot about you.
You think you know me? Here's where you're wrong. You can do it. You know what's real.
Interesting.
However, he is here and you were trying to manipulate.
Remember what you felt. You remember the taste of blood from biting your lips.
I was in a frenzy. I wanted to get him and...
For example. Yeah, and the guy tried to use others as a cover. Now he got him.
I hit him. That was all that mattered.
Yes, that's possible.
He couldn't get far.
Yeah, now we can track him.
They lead to the third car.
Well, then we should go there. Nothing left here.
Are
can be so annoying.
There's no guarantee that it's not just one of the voices in the brain.
He got hit hard. Why didn't he give up?
St. Hills. His partner. What is even doing here?
The dealer was standing here somewhere and bleeding.
We'll try to reconstruct.
Try this set as a cover. That's the trauma, maybe. He killed his own partner and that was to get the guy. Wait a second, isn't it the body of Seth?
Why did you take her from me? I don't know what's going on. Do you know who I work for? Names! Now! Lunatic! We'll work this out with the boss.
This is the guy who exploded himself, no? The friend of Green. Oh, not? Wait a second, no, it's Seth actually. So he was in frenzy because his girl was shot.
And we'll all die. Go ahead. But you're telling me one way or another. Who told you to sell Rachel the poison?
So he poisoned her.
Who? Who is he?
He doesn't know anything. A counter-terrorist team's on the way.
He's aiming at the car! Get the fuck out of here!
Are you crazy?
I'll shoot him down! Why did you do that to Rachel? Jump! I want names! This was the last good day of your life.
It's so easy to distract her. Oh, that's why the train got crashed because of the car.
No. No!
I'm not going in there with you. Our luck's run out.
No! I don't want to go in there!
Why not?
Why are you doing this?
You're dragging yourself to the grave.
What the fuck?
You don't understand how all of this has power over you. Relax and accept the truth.
I'm tired of you being sorry. The world is tired to see you too.
She is not damn real, even.
Why do you cling so hard to this pathetic life? It makes no sense. Give it up. I want to help you.
That I doubt about.
Stop! Are you fucking crazy? Want to play with a knife? Do you?
Not sure what this even mean. What he trying to do with
We are cruel. And you're a sadist when you look at me like I can take away your pain.
Do you always have to make it difficult? Something good is finally coming to you.
I wouldn't be so sure. Use Use the damn knife. Stop yourself.
Why did you do this to her? Why did you turn her against me?
Is that what you want to hear? My confession?
You motherfucker!
It's the only escape from the nightmare you are stuck in.
Didn't expect it.
I saw in your eyes that you stopped believing in me. I let you down. For a moment, I even felt like I cared.
Help me! I don't have the strength anymore.
I'm sorry.
Please, step inside. Tired already? You lost a long time ago, James. You're a walking corpse. I can feel your mind getting weaker by the minute.
What about us?
You motherfucker!
You gave up a long, long time ago when you had everything. It wasn't part of life that destroyed you. Stop hitting yourself.
James!
What's going on?
James! I've been talking to you for 10 minutes! Give me a sign of life. Get in touch immediately. James!
Yeah, she is very patient to talk to him for 10 minutes. On the other hand, she probably have connection to the camera, so she can see if he moves.
James, I need your help.
That's a lot of
Selma
his
is,
blood.
my body's in the middle of a riot and it's in danger. James, are you okay?
Yeah. But I'll regret this in the morning.
If morning will happen even.
I had a bad feeling about all this. A revolution is like an amputation. When it comes too late, it's sure to bring blood and pain, and as likely as not, little else.
Well, let's see what it needs. Okay, that was weird. No chase at all, and I'm not sure what it means.
James, where are you going?
Don't worry, we're just below the park. I want to run into our friends in blue. I'm already flying over.
Close all airspace. I repeat, close the airspace over the park. Regroup on 57 and stop them from getting south. I will be there soon.
It's artificial trees, was it
Easy
real?
day to be a police chief.
It's not easy for anyone.
I guess. Yeah. What is that going?
I'd have picked a better epitaph for himself if he tried. A forest of fake trees that last forever without actually being alive.
What exactly happened?
All I know is the mob ripped through the police cordon and attacked the rich folks at Green Celebration.
The fuck? Didn't even answer anything? Guess it doesn't matter what it was.
James?
Second time in a row.
Are you there?
Passed away. James, you need to be more careful.
I've lost my vision. Talk to me.
James also
Copy.
lost his vision.
James! Oh, you're alive. You okay? Did you get hit hard?
Sure.
James, are you okay?
Think so. I had a hard landing. report a police car crashed near me.
Did you literally run into one of our friends in blue?
There he is! Quick!
Report it! Someone's coming.
He's still breathing! The fucker's hiding!
Back up.
Get him!
1 sec.
This guy doesn't have much time.
Don't do anything. I can't risk it right now.
And rip out his Icarite! Leave me alone! I'm police! No. Please! No! Look at this fucking coward!
Yeah.
Let's go.
It would be possible to do something on the other hand. What James gonna do versus this crowd? Swinging arms. Don't even have a gun. And there's already police here. Shooting everyone.
Making it time?
They tore his Icarite out.
At least you're okay.
What about Salma?
She got to the center of the riot. Now she's heading back. Head south and you'll run into her.
How fast is she moving?
Be fast and steady. I don't think she's hurt. We don't know if someone's after her.
What a mess. Okay, not even sure which way to go. On the other hand, not much. Yeah, not many variants at all. Strange there are no
Took your
people.
plate. An APB for a police car was sent out automatically.
Great.
Justice to the rage. Oh yeah. Has even decided who is rich and not in this mess.
A great day for scrap dealers. Not for anyone else.
The road's closed. Gotta go around it. I see some kind of statue.
How big?
Pretty fucking big.
Great. Probably the Morai statue from Green's exhibit, where his farewell happened. Head towards it.
I'm trying.
That's a huge one. Not sure that this is the way. It's quite expensive. Have to jump. That was risky.
I have to go through the park.
Please hurry.
The crowd is big. And all the trees are
Something keeps bugging
holograms.
me. Whose idea was it to say goodbye to Green here?
I don't know. Probably the city. It was the last exhibition he sponsored. Why does it matter?
I'm wondering if this could have been planned.
You think everything
Shouldn't
that's
look
happened
like it's
here was
planned.
also part of Kovalev and Green's plan?
Look, everything happens on the day of Green's funeral. And it all started with him.
As far as paralyzing the city and causing chaos,
The plans is
well, it works.
But what was the goal? Or a step toward the goal?
I don't know, honestly.
maybe we're disappointed in the result of what they did and decided to change it.
As if every shout, scream, and noise in this city cancel each other out. As if all of this was meaningless.
Trust might be behind the Icarite, something that people don't know also. So whoever created that, basically Green, decided to stop it. That also means Ouroboros, the snake eats itself.
I can see the place where the ceremony was.
Great, head over there.
The snake eats itself, it's exactly a rich guy created all this,
What did you say the statue was
and
of?
himself
Alright.
destroying it.
That explains a lot.
Morai were the goddesses of fate. All I know is that they watched over the life thread of mortals and gods.
Oh, nice. I have to take a roundabout route to them. How's
Yes,
Salma?
gods are rich and
Slowing
mortals are
down.
common folk.
She seems to be running out of strength.
This is very impressive statue, of course. And to show a badge or something.
Kara? I couldn't believe when the system spat out your name, and you just happened to be in the middle of this shitstorm. Listen, I need your help. James Salma's in danger.
What are you doing? Don't get him involved.
The famous psychologist, James Salma? What the fuck have you got to do with her? Wait a minute. She was taking care of Green, right? I need to get her out of here! You've been screwing with the case this whole time? After I told you to drop it? Fucking course you couldn't. You are under arrest!
Damn it.
Damn you. I don't have time for this anyway.
That was a bit unexpected.
Watch out! Car! Fuck!
Yeah, fuck those corrupted cops. Happy end? I mean, not really happy.
Say something! Bob! This better just be a bad connection.
You start reconstruct without reconstructor too? James also needs someone's help. Run going backsides. Like times run back.
Can you hear me? Head to the statue! Save her, please! It's really close now!
Yeah, James also very close to die. Okay, James, you can do it, I guess.
She must be getting tired. She's walking around the statue. James, stop moving.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Do you see her? She should be out there somewhere. If they got her, please tell me. Find her.
He should tell her that he was shot as well. Damn it, James.
She must be somewhere straight ahead. Can you see her? Is she okay?
I don't know yet, but I'll find her.
Props to him, he is very determined at least.
There she is.
Don't shoot! I was sent by... Good morning, sunshine! You're too late!
Better not to pick for
He
now.
belongs to me! What do you want from me? From you? Not a thing. You were just an accident. You get points for determination.
And the second
but
agree.
Points detracted for being completely useless. Why defend a world that's taken everything from you? Who are you to Green and Kovalev? What did you have in common with them? Over the years, I've watched people look away, go blind, lose their humanity. I had to use them to shake the world up.
Well, let's try to get closer.
justice one more time! How long have you been watching me? You sure spent a lot of time on someone who's just an accident, huh? Come out! Show me what you got.
Damn that.
You need to put that gun down. It's psychosis. This happened to Green and Kovalev too. Put the gun down, please.
Why is she shooting then?
What is?
Selma, is that you? Fight him! Take back control!
Fight him? You think someone's controlling me, right?
Wait. What?
Let's fight him together. Can we? We'll fight him together.
We'll make it. Just put the gun down. It's just me. He's taking over your body. It's happened to me too. You can beat him. You gotta fight.
I can't see what you see, or hear what you're hearing, or feel what you're feeling. But I know even Green struggled with something similar. It's desynchropsychotic disorder.
Desynchro? What?
Probably our Icarite. Our mind has a limit.
It can only handle a certain number of traumas and reincarnations. Until it gives out.
I don't know if I can help you, to be honest, but I'll try. You just have to let me go, okay?
What exactly happened to Green?
He didn't share everything with me, but he was severely disturbed. Hallucinations, he couldn't cope. He had delusions of grandeur. He couldn't just walk away. He had to drag us along, that motherfucker. But I have nothing to do with it.
Motherfucker.
Let me go.
Really?
Put the gun down.
Come on. You can trust me. Drop it.
Please.
That's a tough choice. The motherfucker is very confusing, but she needs a body. Fuck it. It's so unclear. She shot him on sight without even checking who he is. Fuck it.
Good choice.
He shot in the hand. How she managed to shot him? She behaved weird. Yeah, it's still unclear. But according to how she talks, she shouldn't use such phrases. Which doesn't make sense.
James?
Stopped him. He tried to bolt.
No! Did she?
He was in her body. I had no choice.
Maybe I did a mistake, hard to say. Very unclear. It's very unclear. So many questions. I hope I will get some answers. The game's a nightmare, but he is closer. Okay, bro. Nice. Come on, James, you can do it. Just do it. Bit of walking.
Rachel. Rachel!
She was with the gun? What the hell is going on? This is the most puzzling game I ever played. I mean, it's often in good games can be a very tricky story and stuff, but here it's too many unknown parts. Mostly because we don't know anything about Avaira even. What the fuck? New bagged body, eh? You awoke in a new body, eh? So was he saved or what's going on? Is it opposite? As I put an Avaira or remove an Avaira? Johnson, Mary, Cara, James, Lewis and Thomas. So... Avaira was removed and kept in bank or something? So many questions. Oh, his body died apparently, yeah. So... will we get at least any answers? Download in voicemail. No answers! Nice. Okay, maybe no.
I dragged my feet calling for a long time. I knew you wouldn't pick up, obviously, but it still wasn't easy. Bits and pieces of our last conversations haunt me at night. I still can't put them together. I believe that you had your reasons. I have to believe it, even though I'm having a hard time. I don't know what happened to Salma. I think they transplanted her into a new body, but she doesn't make public appearances. Maybe she's out of sync, or maybe she just forgot about me. I'm just guessing here. Too much of that, and I'll lose it. On the plus side, no one fired me from the police force. No one even bothered to come here. So, I still have access to the system and can operate remotely. I remember your last words about the murderer being in my body. And if that's true, he must have escaped. I decided to devote every last moment to getting him. As soon as Seth is back on his feet, I'll be in touch with him. I hope he'll help me.
So Seth is fine?
For you. I'll avenge us, partner.
Wait a second, what was Seth then? Because the voice of Seth was gone the moment he used pills, so it was imaginable voice, but at the same time Seth is alive. I have so many questions. And this is frustrating, like... It's very unclear about the voice at all. This game explained zero, like from dreams, from the voice, from the girl and hallucinations, from what happens in train, what happens to his wife, to like nothing. The game creating questions till the very, very end and answer on zero of them. This is very frustrating. I kinda tempted to replay it or try to do different choices, but it's just weird. Because I also have no guarantees that I will get any answers. It's okay, I guess it was a mistake to kill her at the end. Which also means that she might be right, but she behaves strangely as well. But also, it could be hallucinations. This is very strange. And it's very frustrating that there are no at least any ending really. Just okay, you're dead. Okay, which is quite realistic. I mean, you don't know what happened because you're dead, but it's frustrating. And going through all the stuff again, also questionable choice. Okay, can I press continue? What it will load? To load them literally last phrase. This is a shame. Would be nice to replay the last chapter to see what's the difference. Can I load? Okay, how it works? I guess the same, yeah. This is very frustrating. I cannot explain anything. This is weird. Okay, what can I do in such situation? First time I left after playing many games. First time I'm absolutely unsatisfied at the end. And because many phrases that you choose, you have few seconds to choose, and it's absolutely unclear what exactly the character will say, because you think one thing, but it's actually opposite of what you wanted to do. And I did it multiple times through the game. For example, many people laughed at Fallout 4 choice when you get a very short idea of what you're asking, and then you get in the Fallout 3. I failed only once through the whole game. Here it's just like non-stop, because it's sometimes very unclear what James wanna say with just 2 or 3 words that you can see in the choice. And eventually to what it lead. But okay, it's fine what happens, but being left without any answer from all the stories, this is strange. And replaying the whole game without any guarantee to get any answers is not cool. I guess the reasonable solution would be maybe to try to find an answer. I don't know. It's very confusing. Okay, let's make the music more quiet for now. Can I find something if I'll search, for example? Nobody wants to die. I don't know. I guess there is no wiki for that game anyway, but yeah. Okay, what's on Steam, for example? Discussions. I don't know right now. For now I'm very confused about this one. So there are theories. Okay, let's let me use get this screen. Yeah. Yeah, something like this. Because yeah, I'm curious what eventually happened. Not sure about replaying additional like 7 hours or whatever. For that reason. Especially because I don't know that anything will happen. Yeah, I'm not alone in this. Okay, let's see. Let's try to figure out what happened. Because okay, it happened how it happened, but I want answers. So in the end, seems there was no murder and you have psychotic desynchronous job. Well, yeah, that's same conclusion from my side, because apparently, yeah, but at the same time it doesn't explain, it's either bad writing or additional hallucination, because she switched between voice of a stranger, which I suspect that can be just hallucination, but she switched to her normal voice and in the middle of her voice there was very strange phrase that eventually, like, I was ready to not shoot till the very end, and until she said this fucker, which is absolutely far away from how she's talking. Like, she's talking gently, carefully, like proper psychiatrist and lady and whatever, and then suddenly saying this phrase with different intonation, but at the same time with her voice, which kind of breaks the whole illusion. So that's why I decided to shoot eventually. But looks like, yeah, it was something like cyberpsychosis, but in this case, well, the syncropsychosis. But still, people did what they did, and there was a reason for that. So what about the ideas and what people got after it? There was another suspect, at least in my playthrough. He took control of Sanma's body at the end. So someone actually took control. It might be leftovers of mine in Icaride. Yeah, the game started out great, but the last 20-25 minutes of the sucks. Well, I would say last few minutes sucks because this is weird. But in general, yeah, last half an hour or an hour, you don't have any choice. Yeah, you can't leave the train accident, you can't do anything. Chief also shooting anyway. But okay, we don't know motive of the chief. Yeah, quick time events also then, but okay. I wonder how many endings were it. Given one of the endings make it seems like the assassin is a figment of your imagination, and the psychologist is entirely saying an innocent effort. But she's shooting actively, and she clearly have a gun eventually. So, and she starts shooting before he even starts doing anything. Anyway, doesn't make sense for two reasons. The killing happens in another place where we weren't. True. If the reconstructors show... Moreover, James was invited to one of the places of a murder, so it's not like James killed everyone, so James definitely not a murderer himself. He also could be one of the just psychos in theory, yes, but why all the things start happening suddenly in like 2 weeks? Also doesn't explain anything. The reconstructor shows your own killing from your own perspectives in the train at the end, then it would have happened even in the other kill scenario. Well, yeah, apparently James didn't kill anyone else, at least. So it doesn't make sense as well, and no explanation on this. So after beating the game, I think what may be the solution is 3 possibilities. Possibility 1 is that there is a ghost in the machine. Yes, that's my assumption, that accurate, we don't know, and these voices might be real. The voice can be actually real and actually can take control for some time. And because accurate connect everyone, it's literally can have traces of other minds. And you get an accurate piece of accurate with some traces of other people. And they in theory can take control. That's, I think, what happened. On the other hand, it doesn't explain why it happened all right now. Plus there were dates of their deaths that were marked 100 years ago. So might be someone who died a century ago and wanted to return as a promise or something to put an end of all this. Hard to say. It could be argued this ghost murderer controlled the chief to shoot the main character, but why wouldn't he have done this before? Why would teach about the elites when you're going to murder the detective anyways? I have the train sequence, yes, this all doesn't make sense. Second one leaves me with far more questions. The detective being psychotic and causing the murders himself, not only the major shootout on the train, but the elites. The detective has no access to these events, no knowledge and no motive. No, it's apparently not James. Option 3. There is no murder. Yeah, but how it works and why she was with the gun? Why all this started simultaneously? It doesn't make sense. It cannot happen like all the psychosis at the same time. Train sequence happens which has the same issue as option 2. Green kills the party and himself. Icarus plays out straight with the suicide bomber and the riots happens as a result. Why? No clue. Green has no materials to destroy the order as no major power plays have been created. All projections for potential fixes were disastrous. What I only can say for now is that the game doesn't give you answers, so people can only theorize what actually happened. And I'm not sure that if you lay down the weapon, she will not shoot you anyway. So it's unclear. The bill would benefit Green. Icarus needed to survive. Well, Green, as I already mentioned, could in theory decide to stop all this, seeing consequences. Even if he doesn't look like a person that cares about anyone, really. No fit motivation exists for any of the characters outside the ghost murderer. And that's themselves best. Well, let's see, maybe someone ended on different endings, maybe there are some answers. At this point I would really like a dev to intervene and clarify things a bit. If they're willing or care about it. Yes, that would be really good, because this is really the most strange game. Because it's not a bad game, it's very concentrated, immersive and nice one. But the way how it ends is so confusing. Literally, a game created questions till the very end and just no answers. You know, something just occurred to me, and the game established that Icarus is not infallible and can be destroyed through either accurate gunfire, removal or burning. If the murderer did control the victims, why were so many of the targets left intentionally recoverable? Also doesn't make sense, yeah. If you can just if your goal is to fully destroy someone else, why not to destroy the Icarus and their bodies? Makes sense. Okay. The ending is complete garbage, the story is garbage. I don't know, story itself intriguing, but yeah, if it was just idea... We don't know, is the story even complete? Or was it just to make as many tricks as possible to just, well, make it interesting through the story, but leaving without any answers is just weird. It tells us that everything that happens is because one rich guy went mad and killed everyone because... No, it's not one rich guy. Then the game tells us that you shouldn't kill yourself because you had too much trauma. That is a good ending. No, it's strange conclusions again. Think on Icarus. When the murder lets you shoot someone, he says it will ruin his Icarus and take him a few more years to recover before going back to the craft system. By the way, yeah, it was mentioned that it will put him back, but it will not kill him, actually. Yeah, but some people definitely lost Icarus. It was mentioned during the train section, for example. The gameplay is loosely with its rules. Yeah, that's how it feels actually, because so many times it contradicts itself. Yeah, looks like only insane heat or some special... I thought actually in case of green it was liquid that destroyed that. But looks like also some powerful heat can destroy it, but also looks like gunfire can do it. But so many people died from gunfire and murderers survived. And if murderers survived, you could just kill them. Also, Sarah was against reconstructing the episode in train because his memory was involved and he will not be able to reconstruct correctly. But in other case, there were no of his memories, so he reconstructed correctly, and this means that the murderer existed. It is the person who did all this. And if the goal of the person was to kill them for real, you should destroy his accurate, and he didn't, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there is no rules, no consistency. Yep. Yeah, some people didn't understand the plot even more. But I don't know, I paid attention to every single detail. And it's all looks interesting if there are answers, but I didn't get any answers. Were there any answers? That's the question for me. Because if there are some answers and there is a proper ending, then the game is good. If not, then it's disappointing. It's still interesting adventure, but without answers it's just... I don't know. Just disappointing. Yeah, many people confused. Well, not many, but people confused with how rules works. Yeah, the body system is just you lose it at a certain age, and if you can't afford the subscription cost or the outright price of it, and then it gets turned back. Yes, that's why people were outraged, because it was 21 a year previously, and they wanted to move it to 20 years when you either lose your body or paying the subscription for it. If you can't afford to get into the bank, if no one will bring you back somehow. So yeah, and people were outraged because apparently many people probably prepared to this 21st birthday to gather enough money to pay subs, whatever, and many of them eventually didn't have money, I guess, till 20 years, weren't prepared for this change, and many of them would lose their bodies. And apparently it's basically death. No one wants to die. Nobody wants to die. But okay, bank doesn't matter, it's clear what was bank, but what in general? As far as I understand it, it's a ghost in the shell that made them all do it to themselves. Yeah, that's the only reasonable answer. Like, there is something accurate, something that wasn't all of them, but left no traces of it eventually. After he shows them their wrongdoings and worst traumas, everyone died a final death, either because they wanted all the pain and the things to stop, or because they wanted to get rid of him for good. The only way he gets into their minds is when you have lived through multiple deaths and extensive trauma between your lives, and massive alcohol abuse. And the mess of the things opened the gates for him. It's unclear about alcohol, especially, for example, I didn't touch alcohol throughout the game, as long as it was possible. But strange voice spawned before the first scene with alcohol, so it's not connected to alcohol, but it is connected though. That yeah, the synchronization allows for such voice to spawn. Or something that manipulates. It's not even necessarily the one person, but might be one. But it's certainly something that comes through accurate. Either someone's mind or someone made it, found a way to control people through accurate. It's unclear. But in any case, it's the ending looks like ends anyway at this point. Not going further, just getting one of the endings after that. So the game couldn't continue further, which means that still many questions cannot be answered in this time. After living through your worst world-ending trauma, you get the offering to poison yourself and allow yourself a final death. Be in control one last time. End the cycle of death and rebirth. Rebirth symbolism. I would understand the rebirth differently. That whoever started all this wanted to end this. That explain why exactly it all started with Green, and why exactly Green did all the killings. Green Kovalev. Green seemed to have understood all of this a little bit better. He knew about the murder and what brings him about. Green was involved in a lot of wrongdoings. On the first crime scene, you can find quite a few items and information concerning his interests, influences, failures, and personal tragedies. Green sealed the deal for humanity losing property over their own bodies because his first real wife died a final death because there was no fitting body, even though Icarus was already a thing. Then the orphanages, free bodies for the higher-ups, were founded by Green and others. I think he was haunted by him for quite some time. All the things Green did and witnessed must have caused quite some trauma in the scene. He was on the rotten Olympus where people started to manipulate the whole system so they could keep their immortality spell running, enslaving all of humanity for it. Just one side of the coin, the other side is that you get disconnected, cruel, perverted, seeking sensations beyond mortal restraints. Killing or being killed by others for pleasure, knowing you will always have a new body at hand, known as everyone behaves. Green was a psychic therapy patient for over 100 years and took antidepressants. That's true. It's not exactly explained, but I think the murderer convinced him how rotten he and everyone else is. So he made the plan to kill every single one of them, even collecting possible evidence and making preparations so nobody makes it out alive. No Icarus is burned to a crisp. And that involves his own final death. But even with all succeed, because the final person that died at the end basically was psychiatrist. The last person that was in all this mess of elites and people connected to Icarus. All of them got killed. Final deaths eventually or something. But the funny thing is that Icarus continued to work. Like nothing was stopped, nothing was prevented. So it was for nothing anyway. Which doesn't look like the succeed of the plan, if it was the plan of the ghost in the shells of God. I don't know. Not sure about this variant. Yeah, ghost is the most reasonable theory. That's explain all the other hallucinations coming from desync, but you can see and feel it only when you desync. Which means that someone else gets in control of your body and can get the full control in theory. It's the game where your apartment key is a clunky, upside down convenient rotary phone dial. And you guys are expecting things to make sense? Well, yeah, it's kind of weird because technology in this universe is very weird. Sometimes it's Thompson with collimator, sometimes it is, old telephone, sometimes it's holographic screens, internet, and emails, and at the same time there are standard mails that you can get through, I don't know, whatever technology it is. So people get invites like on normal paper, at the same time they get in emails, and like it's all coexist normally, and doesn't make sense really. Many of this technology. Like there are monitors and stuff, but at the same time all they have a phone. And at the same time technological buttons on code for the door. Like this is a very strange mess. Seriously though, I think the story wouldn't be in a lot better had they done more world building beforehand. Some sort of tutorial flashback mission to James' early career as a detective. That's not necessary because you get most of the answers like through first half of the game for everything later. So you can get all the lore. They did not a bad job with this. You just don't understand everything. It's puzzling in the beginning, but you can get all the answers. Okay, so the simplest explanation for everything is that there was no murder and the whole thing kicks off with Green and Kovalev suffering the same disencrypt psychosis that James ends up suffering. During the final confrontation towards a good ending, Simon says that it is just like Green to bring everyone down with him. Green knew the whole memory bank and Icarate system wouldn't last, and he knew from his sessions with Simon that the human mind simply can only handle so much. And then relative sedate life like Green had, it'd been though enough bodies over the centuries to be getting it with the psychosis hard. It's all questionable. It still doesn't explain why at the same time, suddenly, everything was fine, and then suddenly someone just started planning and gathering all the people connected to Icarate and killing them simultaneously in multiple places, and it wasn't just one person. It was different bodies belonged to different owners, but they all followed the same thing, doing the same stuff. So why something like this didn't happen before? Okay, for example, Green was fine as long as he got psychotherapy. What about all the other psychoses? Why it wasn't known? Because, for example, in Cyberpunk, it's not a new thing. Cyberpsychosis is a normal thing that happens to many people. Doesn't make much sense. Okay. Society had enough, and all Green and Kovalev did was make sure everyone who couldn't calm society down was bred in circuses was too dead to do so. Why would anyone? It still means that there is some mind behind all this. It would be nice to get some answer from a dev. It's mostly a group of the same people. Got killed at the end. I tried to convince the owner of the murder shell to take control. I do wonder if I have made other choices earlier, if it might have turned the idea. But no, yeah, I did, and my last act before I bled out was the last gasp grab for my gun. And shot the murder in the back before I bled out. Ah, so he went the other way, not like I did. He tried to convince the girl till the very end, and she shot him, and he shot her in the back. So eventually there was something that controlled her, so I wasn't wrong on this. And good that I didn't decide just to replay the whole game, because that would lead basically through the same game but with a few different seconds at the end. Interesting. Just proves there never was any killer. Well, if there were no any killer, then why she shot him if he didn't shoot her? The whole thing was a plot by Green and Kovalev to kill themselves and bring down the system with them. The show was never controlled by the killer, but by the shrink, who had rented it from Sarah. The shrink. In my second playthrough, I simply put down my gun when she told me to, after which James committed suicide with the liquid in the vial I got from Green's place. Why? You can also suicide, but in any case you get into absolutely the same ending with the girl, with the body of Sarah. Can we talk about that for a second? The good ending of the game is in turn nonsensical. James has issues, but he isn't some irredeemable monster that deserves death. A train shootout is supposedly evidence of that, but James is an unreliable narrator to those events due to trauma potentially swaying the details shown to the user of his forensic device. It's very possible the dealer killed all of those people, and the massacre is just a manifestation of James' guilt. Max Payne did all this 20 years ago with a more consistent tortured detective story and motive, with a logical endpoint. Max had suicidal thoughts, but even when removed from all official power, pushed through to do the right thing. I actually don't remember the whole story of Max Payne. Would be actually funny to replay it once through the trilogy, because I played it when I was a kid the most, so don't remember much. James has a lot of pains, mannerism and struggles, but the bottom of his character falls out when it's implied everything is in his head, and makes the player feel like an idiot put on a leash to a singular correct conclusion that invalidates nearly all of your detective work throughout the game. Yep, there are many contradictions. Okay, all in the head of James, and why all the massacres and Green was killed and whatever, like so many things happened. Icarus happened, like okay, for example, James imagined everything on the Green stand. For example, it's his false mind imagined that Green was killed and didn't kill himself. And for example, he imagined everything outside of just a hanged man. Okay, but how this explains that Icarus explosion happens and many people get killed and panic actually started after it. No matter what James came there or not, it still would happen. So it definitely happened without James. So it doesn't make any sense. So no, it's definitely not just in his head. It's definitely something that they all got from their Icarus. Either one person or just multiple persons that could get into control. But logically one person. Either it's already dead and part of the Icarus person, or it's a person that can control Icarus from afar. James committing suicide isn't about punishing him for killing all those people on the train. His final death is what allows him to find peace and be reunited with his late wife in the place. That probably happens if you're going through more afterlife variation of dialogues, because I kept keeping this all just hallucination from the synchronizations. And if you're going through afterlife, yeah, I guess you get in thoughts to visit your wife in the afterlife and just suicide. But it's still not connected to the ending really. Basically the killer in all this incident is a psychosis itself. Yes, but why all the psychosis happened at the same time? And in very particular place with very particular people? No, that can be just psychosis. Psychosis connected to it, because psychosis helped to a killer to get into all this. So I think the killer existed. The problem is he wasn't punished. And I'm not sure that you can even do it, because if it's just a person that controls people through Icarus, then you cannot do anything about them. If it's a person that part of Icarus, you also cannot really do anything. Well, maybe it would be possible to destroy Icarus of yours and Icarus of her, as the last body that might have it. But also that's weird how he get into it only in this person's. So probably it was multiple persons. Very unclear. But in any case, there was a killer. There was some mind behind all this. You make certain choices throughout the game. I think it's if you either shoot the last body in the head at Icarus, or if you lock the door behind you to the sex dungeon, essentially finishing the job for Green and the Dakota. And you don't get an option to put down the gun in the final conversation with Salma. Because you manipulated. I would say there is one more explanation that wasn't counted here. That all of this, all the possibilities are true and false at the same time. The game is what you want to see from it. Probably in my case, because I always confronted the hallucinations and stuff, if I would not shoot her at the end, she wouldn't shoot James as well, because by this logic of the game, how I as a player thought through the game, it's all mainly hallucinations. So eventually it would be just hallucinations and James just would have psychosis and all would be a happy end of sorts. But if you, for example, like in this example, you believe that if you, for example, just can be easily manipulate and hate all this reach and just following what's said in this voice, and yeah, you just don't have any choice, because why would you? You know what you're doing. At least you think you know what you're doing. The same with poison. It makes sense only if you know that that there is afterlife, because as a player you believe in this. I think that's how it is. So there is no really a real answer on everything. Everything is a correct answer. Whatever you think of the game is that. That's, I think, what it is. One of two, either Ghost in the Shell version, or that every version is correct and incorrect at the same time. Whatever you choose, that lead to the version you chose, basically. So on my version, basically, it is Ghost in the Shell that can control people through psychosis, and eventually it escaped through the Selma because she didn't lose psychosis. And James, Icarus went to the bank while the killer escaped with its Icarus. Icarite, I mean. That's what I think happened eventually. Okay, at least now I have some answers, because I was so unsatisfied from the end and this first time. Like, surely some things were without answers in some games, but it's fine to have some things left for terrorizing. But when the whole game is just a theory, and this is weird. Oh. Yeah, couldn't they just give us a real good ending? Yeah, that would be nice, but yeah. But it's an noir game, yeah. There is no good ending really, because, well, in true noir, everything sucks and there is no happy ending. I had one theory that was not widely discussed to add something useful to what has already been discussed here. The final scene in one of the endings, the hero's conscience is loaded into the bank. Yeah, that's mine. Surrounded by a whole bunch of people made me think, what if the Matrix has already happened? And everything in the world is a simulation with participants. What if they already lost all of their bodies in the economic war due to the ecology catastrophe? But it doesn't make sense why your body even moved to there. Okay, we have a bizarrely weird world where all machines are equipped with plasma engines, can reconstruct conscience and upload it in different bodies, but also rewind reality and reconstruct it by the smallest evidence left. But to enter our apartments, we dial the ring on some old phones. The bathroom is shared between multiple people by traveling vertically between the apartments. The building itself looks like a crisis headed. The world itself looks like a reconstruction. Maybe just pieces of New York were reconstructed by the Deus Ex machine for humanity. Or maybe there is no system or matrix in the machine, but reality is reconstructed by the dreaming of the collective mind. Okay, I get it. Yeah, of course, everything can be like this. You can basically deconstruct any single game or world into such a theory, like everything is simulation. But it doesn't make much sense. I mean, for sure, but it's like the joke about when you go walking over the streets, you can encounter a dinosaur with 50% chance, because you either will encounter it or not, so it's 50% chance. But it's far away from the truth. Tell Sarah that you believe Green is behind the whole plot rather than the hypothetical killer. This will get you into the past where you're able to put the gun down when someone tells you to. Well, yeah. I had this option. And that maybe would be a bit better ending, but also not guaranteed, because it was a killer though. Could be just two of this. Just Green and his friends that decided to do this 100 years ago, which is also fine. And voice in theory can be imagined in James' head. At the same time, this voice led to, well, many places. Also unclear. Well, in theory, actually, makes sense, because the main things that happened because of Green and his friend. And they could plan 100 years ago. And they did it, helped each other to finish themselves. They didn't want to survive from it, they just wanted to end this whole mess with Icarus. But if they were so fucking smart and planned all this and gathered everyone, why they didn't finish the final deaths of all these people? Why they eventually achieved nothing? Because they literally achieved nothing. No matter James would participate or not, they achieved literally nothing. And eventually the machine still works and Icarus was removed from the James. So no, doesn't look like they're just their plan. More looks like someone just tried to use them, including James. Because they all three were unstable figures that lived for many centuries. Well, not many, but for few centuries, which means they all as fuck. What if the psychosis itself is conscious and it jumps or infects people during transfer? Well, I would say it's just something in Icarus, not, well, psychosis can be self-conscious. It's like something Icarus. Kind of combine both theories about there being a real killer, but inside every individual body. Yeah, people terrorized a lot. That's a funny thing to do. I never did something like this at the end of the game, and it's funny. Oh. Demon Photos was Park Pro when she was not there during Green's suicide. We were receiving from Sarah during first reconstruction. I don't remember it clearly, but Selma there in her own body. Definitely not Sarah. How come? We should be at this point in Sarah's pregnant body. What? Sarah becomes really hesitant to confirm that it is Selma when you find the scarf in Icarus. Like, it's very clear that her tone changed for that bit of a dialogue versus the other bits of evidence. It's weird. I'm not sure. Did James, after train incident, so during the game, regain the same body as he had before? And Sarah is searching for cases of true deaths. There is a photo of James and Seth, and James looks the same as the one you're playing as, it seems, in mirrors and internet. Yeah, that was a bit confusing actually. That didn't look different enough. Well, maybe it's just a style similar, because all the facial parts is hard to see. There's a lot of documentation emails around talking about him having a new body. Well, he definitely got a new body that have some allergies and stuff. So yeah, he have a new body, just similar kinda, I guess. Yeah, read through the explanations of psychosis PTSD, obvious makes the most sense. Just finished the second playthrough today for the good ending, so the stranger killer being a symptom of synchronization for multiple deaths makes sense. However, I'm still confused over some parts. Some are minor, so not too big of a deal, but what is up with Ouroboros carvings? They have to exist before because Sarah sees the one in the tree in Green's apartment. So if we take that Green and Kovalev planned everything due to their shared psychosis and wanting to bring the system down, then how did Green ever know to make that carbon with the exact date the president signs the controversial bill that lowers the subscription age? Was it just a wild coincidence? Why did Green even pick a date in the first place to do this mean? Well, they made the idea of this, but also it doesn't make sense to wait for 100 years to do it exactly in that day. There is a chance that they roughly planned what to do, understood that they need many years for that. On the other hand, don't see why. If they want to finish everything, it was easy to finish everything when it was smaller. It doesn't make much sense, really. What is up with the train? Why does Kara decide to go there? How is it linked to this case? Yeah, it doesn't make much sense why he decided to go there. Maybe just for... Well, he just wanted to know what happened because he don't remember anything. This is actually a big shame that we're not getting any answer what exactly happened there. What actually happened with Sarah? Who was Sarah? Like, there's so many questions connected. Well, not Sarah, his wife, not Sarah. What's her name? Sarah's looking through Final Deaths and brings up the train fiasco with Thad's Final Deaths and Kara's latest one. But why does Kara think this links to the killer, Green? I don't understand the motivation to go back and reconstruct it. Well, he wanted to reconstruct because he failed to synchronize with his body, and eventually, yeah, he wasn't able to return to the job for many months up front, and he wanted to know what happened because he couldn't do anything with the Green's case for now. So I guess that's why he went there. Another accurate chains in the Red Room, just some elite power of fantasy. Like them just literally using the minds of people for... Okay, fuck? Well, yeah. But it's strange, yes, that they can use it like this. And that nothing happened to Icarus being exposed to environment like this. This is very strange. It's not rotten or nothing happens. What was the boys on Green's face from? The construction of his desk? You can see them when he's walking around before the hanging. Can't tell what would have caused them. It doesn't appear as if he had them in photos or anything. Now that I'm not sure. If the shared psycho theory is correct, which seems the most plausible based on the good ending, then why isn't it a more widespread problem? Green, Kovalev, and Kara can't possibly be the only three people in the world who have... Yeah, this is the main question that fully contradicts this theory. It can be just psychosis itself. Psychosis is just something that opens the gate for a murderer to use the bodies. No matter murderer control this from aside being alive, or is he part of the Icarus? But in any case, this just gives access on the psychosis. So there was a killer in any case. If I had to suspect something, I believe the shared psychosis happens when people are put through extreme trauma and dunked into new bodies without time to cope. Well, yeah, something like this, maybe. But it's just a reason of psychosis. Green Norton, it still doesn't explain why others didn't anything, because without a murderer, such things could happen all the time, but they didn't. It all happened on a very specific date, all together, all at once, and all connected to each other, so no. And even in the train there was a curse that carried something for someone, and he also mentioned this guy in the train that James chased previously, and for some reason was very focused to get him. Well, he definitely had some connection to these higher-ups, because he mentions that, do you even know what we're working with, what we're working on? So It's all connected. And he gave a poison to James' wife. And it's the same poison as was with Green. So it's all have connection. So it's the fact that it all happens almost simultaneously is a fact. It's not just a coincidence. Otherwise we'll do many other coincidences through the time. Through the century, for example. So it's not just psychosis. Got the right of it, rumors, which is shame this. Satan was absolutely wonderful to be in, only to be ruined by the aliens. No, I think it's exactly was a killer, but it's so frustrating that there is no ending where you can catch him or deal with it when you can actually figure out how it works and what is going on. There is no possibility in the game. This is frustrating. I did a deep dive into Rachel's story and by proxy James' story too. Maybe it will help. Okay. Critical hit game developer, but unlike theories. I will know after all those ideas, theories and comments, I would really have almost expected Dev to intervene and say something. This silence really communicates. We get their money, who cares? And I would like to know which one is correct. At least somewhat. All the information you need are in-game. There is a lot of hints and symbolism clues. Yes, a lot of people already figured it out correctly, and we really like attempt of the rest. So yeah, I guess it's Ghost in the Shell theory. This is the only reasonable one. Revoke statements that creates a fake notion of someone out there. Getting the story right, which is impossible. Yeah, it's kinda also the same. It's one of two, either Ghost in the Shell or everyone is correct. Whatever you're doing in game is correct. Because it leads to your idea of how it works. Somewhat at least. I suspect that devs just didn't have enough budget to end it properly because it demands money. And they probably run out of them. But in any case, it's a good immersive game with interesting, unique world and very nice, nicely done, concentrated, interesting. The ending is scuffed, but it's fine. So, end of theory crafting. So, thank you guys for watching. We're done with this game, I think. So in terms of what next, today is supposed to be other game already, Minds Beneath Us, but apparently I need to finish this one because it took longer than expected. So I'm not sure what I will do tomorrow. I will think about this today. Either we'll start it tomorrow after Mortal, or maybe we'll not start it tomorrow and I will use time to fix some things. I don't know, I need to see, maybe I'll find time to fix everything without it, so we'll start new game tomorrow. It should be also sci-fi with also memory losses and stuff and like a very twisted plot. So actually it should be not too far from this one. Both are new ones and I just wanted to play something not too long, something new and with some interesting immersive story. Before I will go into some other things, like for example, Space Marine soon will be the second one. I want to go through the first one, maybe through the bolt gun shooter also, to be prepared for release. Also, yeah, Dragon Ages, like the first one is coming, I need to go through first 3 before it, it's so many games. Also, all 3 Stalkers before the new one, so yeah, I will be busy. In any case, thank you for watching, and see you next time. I guess I need some kind of proper endings maybe, or whatever, like, I don't know. Just a bit scuffed, but it is what it is for now. Anyway, see you next time. We'll continue tomorrow.